The performance Restless Spirits is a journey of self-initiation as a ritual holder, as a shaman if you like, as a priestess. It's a journey of understanding oneself. It's a journey of erasing personal history and self-importance as an individual ego. And it is this journey that I take myself into, a rite of passage, that I endow myself the vision and the power to recognize myself as a part of this entire universe, the symphony. And that's where it begins. Self-mastery of fasting, of cleansing myself internally, externally, physically and metaphysically. It's a baptism, a self-initiated baptism. And it's also a discovery of what spirituality is to me personally, and at the same time understanding how water is the spirituality, the all-encompassing essence, whereas every individual culture and tradition has its own way of making a vase in which to hold that water. There's no right or wrong, it's just very different in terms of the aesthetics and the approach. But all in all, what we all seek to do is to hold that water safe, so that we're reminded of the natural law of our ceaseless, causeless state of being, of oneness, of infinity. In this day and age, where there is so much violence, the project is extremely universal, unfortunately. That is relevant both personally and impersonally, in a micro scale as well as macro. And it's truly the appropriate time that we come together, release all dogmatic structures of the old, and embrace spirituality, the true spirituality, that we cultivate the understanding what is the true binding force of the natural law. What is the true meaning of atonement? The nature's way, the natural law, how it processes the death and the decay of all organic beings is one and the self-same. we all decay and deteriorate in the same way once we die. However, it is the human culture, the traditions which have built on top of this natural law and have imagined perhaps different understandings of how one should be buried in order to achieve nirvana or heaven, or whatever you call it, or whatever you wish it to be. Anything which resides outside the realms of the natural law is a performance. Nature does not perform. Nature has nothing to prove. Only humans do. We perform in order to fill a void, to prove something to ourselves or others. Time is an illusion. There's a linear progression of what we understand as time, an event that has happened in the past and is happening in the present and might happen in the future, but simply put, it is as if the entire lifespan is a roll of film. And when we play that film 24 pictures a second consecutively, then we achieve the illusion of a moving picture, a cinema. But in actuality, all those pictures that the movie is comprised of actually exist in the same time space. All at the same time, on a single strip of continuous film. Our DNA is quite similar in such that every experience of every ancestor that has lived before I was born, in order to bring me to life at this very present moment, they all live through me. I and you are all a culmination of every ancestor that has lived and survived all this time along. So in fact, our very being is a living proof of the illusion of time.